Good morning, I am Aprila Ghising Lama and these are the headlines of the hour. Protesters in Tel Aviv demand the release of Nepali student Bipin Joshi held hostage by Hamas. Nepali Ambassador Dhanprasad Pandit, among others, joined the demonstration for Joshi's release. Nepal ranks in the top 10 of the New York Times 52 best places to visit this year. Lumbini, birthplace of Lord Buddha, secures the 9th spot on the list. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu discussed Gaza ceasefire with US President Joe Biden, review progress on hostage negotiations. And Kho-Kho World Cup 2025 kicks off today in India. Nepal to face India in the opening match at Gandhi Indoor Stadium at 7 p.m. Welcome back. Thousands of Israelis have demonstrated in Tel Aviv, Israel, demanding the release of Nepali student Bipin Joshi, who was held hostage by the Palestinian militant group Hamas. The demonstration came after the name of Nepali student Joshi was not included in the new hostage release list recently released by Hamas. During the demonstration, protesters can be seen holding placards with a picture of Bipin Joshi. On October 7, 2023, a large number of Israelis held hostage by Hamas, including Nepali student Bipin Joshi. According to international media, Israel's protesters held a prayer and demonstration in Tel Aviv. The protesters hope that this will be the last demonstration before Donald Trump's inauguration as US President. President-elect Trump will take the oath of office and secrecy on 20th of January. The administration of current US President Joe Biden has already seen pressing for a ceasefire and the release of the hostages. Following pressure from the Biden administration, talks between Hamas and Israeli delegations have recently begun in Doha, Qatar. In an attempt to create a conducive environment, Hamas has released a list of 34 hostages. However, Bipin Joshi's name is not included in the list. During the latest demonstration, US Ambassador to Israel Jack Lew, British Ambassador Simon Walters, German Ambassador Stefan Sebert, and Nepali Ambassador Professor Dhanprasad Pandit, among other dignitaries, were also present. Now, the New York Times has ranked Lumbini, the birthplace of Buddha, as the 9th best place to visit this 2025. The UNESCO-listed temple site from the 6th century BC, about 30 miles from Lumbini, is featured in the top 10 of the magazine's list of the 52 best places to visit in 2025. The New York Times has provided a brief overview of Lumbini, noting that thousands of years ago, Queen Maya Devi gave birth to Siddhartha Gautam in the garden of Lumbini. The magazine describes Lumbini as an ancient archaeological site in Nepal, rich in historical ruins and a significant pilgrimage center for Buddhists. The article highlights the opening of the new temple and a meditation center in Lumbini, a decade after the devastating earthquake that struck Nepal. The 1000 Buddha temple, which was inaugurated in November 2024, is described as a structure adorned with 3 16-foot golden Buddha statues and more than 1,000 Buddha statues. The piece also features a captivating image of the art painted on the upper walls of the 1000 temples. Now, famous wildlife photographer Chungma Sherpa has passed away at the age of 64. He succumbed to his illness last night at 12:30 while receiving treatment at Grandi Hospital in Kathmandu. Sherpa, a prominent figure from Khumbu Pasang Lama Rural Municipality 1, Lukla, passed away after a week of treatment for liver issues. Sherpa, a long-time member of the Nepali Congress and former chair of both the parties Khumbu Pasang Lama Rural Municipality and Chauri Khark Rural Municipality, was best known for his involvement in tourism business and wildlife photography. Now, on Friday last week, the government introduced 3 ordinances. The cabinet meeting that issued the ordinances was attended by ministers from Nepali Congress, some of whom are saying they are unaware of the issues in the ordinances.
Parties in the opposition have voiced serious concerns towards the government decision to issue ordinances without calling for the winter session of the parliament. Meanwhile, there are some ministers that say they are unaware of the ordinances.
हैन अध्यादेशका विषयमा राष्ट्रपतिज्यू कहाँ गएको छैन मैले अहिले सबै कन्टेन्ट पढेका छैन हामीले पास गरेका छौं हैन प्रस्ताव अब त्यो सबै कुराहरू हामीले त्यो भन्न मिलेन तर सबै क्षेत्र समेटेर अध्यादेशहरू आएका छन्
Political analysts say the minister's lack of knowledge on the ordinances introduced by the government that he himself is a part of cannot be taken lightly. Meanwhile, a few leaders from the ruling alliance itself have criticized the government, suggesting they had bypassed the parliament.
संसद मार्फतै विधेयक निर्माण नगरेर अत्यादेशको निरन्तरता दिनु चाहिँ नि यो लोकतान्त्रिक पद्धतिले जनप्रतिनिधिमूलक व्यवस्थाको निम्ति उपयुक्त र शोभनीय होइन किनभनेदेखि लोकतन्त्र भनेकै जनप्रतिनिधि मार्फत विधान बनाउने काम त्यसको सर्वोच्च दायित्व भित्र पर्छ त्यसैले संसद बोलाएर यसलाई फास्ट ट्र्याकमा राखेर पनि सबैको सहमति गरेर यसको निष्कर्षमा पुग्न सकिन्थ्यो
यत्रो हामी सांसदहरु त 2/3 को झन्डैमा छौं आखिर त्यो ल्याउनु भन्दा त विधेयकै ल्याएर पास गरेर दनादन काम गरे भइहाल्छन् व्यक्तिगत रूपमा हैन तर अब संसद नचलेको र सरकारलाई इमर्जेन्सी पर्यो होला त्यो हुँदाखेरि त सरकारले त ल्याउन पाउने अधिकार पनि छ त्यही कारणले ल्याएको होला तर व्यक्तिगत रूपमा मलाई सोध्नुहुन्छ भने 2/3 झन्डै छ संसदमा विधेयक ल्याएर दुई पास गरेर काम गरे भइहाल्छ नि भन्ने मेरो आफ्नो धारणा
बर्खी अधिवेशनको अन्त्य भयो हैन र त्यसपछि हिउँदी अधिवेशन भन्न सकिरहेको छैन सरकारले त्यसको होमवर्क गरिरहेछ तयारी गरिरहेछ त्यसैले यो बीचमा कुनै त्यस्तो जरुरी भयो त्यस्ता कानुनको आवश्यकता ल्याउनै पर्ने भयो त त्यो त सरकारले ल्याउनु पर्यो त्यो अधिकार त सरकारलाई छ नि त
The government has the right to issue ordinances that do not have long-term impact and in cases of immediate requirement. However, analysts say the government could have easily introduced bill given its 2/3 majority.
संसदबाट आउनु पर्ने ठाउँमा विधेयकको रूपमा आउनु पर्ने ठाउँमा अध्यादेशबाट आउनु पर्यो भन्ने कुराका बारेमा चाहिँ प्रश्न उठाउने ठाउँ त छ तर एउटा कुराका बारेमा चाहिँ त्यसमा भएका कुराहरू त्यति विवादग्रस्त छैनन् त्यसकारण प्रतिपक्षदेखि लिएर अरूले पनि त्यो कुरालाई स्वीकार गरेको अवस्था देखिन्छ
Meanwhile, opposition parties call the government move a ploy.
It is time now for a short break. We have more news coming up. Welcome back. Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development has said it has distributed more than 107 billion rupees in form of grants to the agriculture sector in the last 5 years. However, the effectiveness of the grants remains questionable.
The government some 3 months ago had formed a committee under the leadership of the Joint Secretary at the Ministry of Agriculture after criticisms that the agriculture grants were being misused and that farmers had not received the benefits. The committee, after its study, concluded that the government had spent more than 107 billion 662 million rupees in 5 years through direct and indirect grants. This includes 20 billion 300 million that was disbursed as direct grants to agro cooperatives and groups and 87 billion 359.7 million Nepali rupees as indirect grants for chemical fertilizers. Indirect grants as such make their way through Agro Materials Company and Salt Trading Corporation.
अनुदान लिनेहरूको नाम सार्वजनिक गर्न पनि तपाईहरु मार्फत स्थानीय र प्रदेश सरकारहरूलाई अपील गर्न चाहन्छु र यसको समन्वय गरी निकट भविष्यमा एकै द्वार मार्फत सार्वजनिकरण गरिने व्यवस्था मिलाउने प्रतिबद्धता पनि म यहाँहरुका माझमा व्यक्त गर्न चाहन्छु
Government grants for agriculture are distributed through the Prime Minister's Agriculture Modernization Project, Rani Jamara Gularia Irrigation Project, Agro Sector Development Program, and Food and Nutrition Security Enhancement Project. The government also claims of having provided grants to programs for sugarcane farmers, agro insurance premium, and livestock and fishery insurance premium grant. However, small-scale and marginalized farmers say they have not received the said grants.
हामी सोसिदा मान्छेलाई त्यति थाहा दिँदैनन् उनीहरूले चाहिँ कसो भन्छन् भने तँले अनुदान पाउँछस् भनेर चाहिँ हामीलाई सारा आशा देखाउँछन् तर लिन गयो भन्दाखेरि ऋण पनि दिएन ऋण लिन गयो भने पनि तेरो पाखा घर छ तेरो यो उले हुँदैन यो जमिनले हुँदैन ऋण पनि पाउन भन्छन्
सरकारले दिएको अनुदान चाहिँ किसानले पाउनु पर्यो अनि यो जथाभावी गर्न पाइएन किसान चाहिँ मरेको मरे
The government has also been criticized for distributing funds through projects that have already phased out. Agriculture Minister has expressed commitment to collecting and releasing details of any such misuse. The Office of the Auditor General and the National Inclusion Commission have all reported on the misuse of funds allocated for agriculture grants, which calls for action to those involved in the irregularity.
Now, in this context, in our Public Voice segment, we had asked in several provinces what should be done to stop the misuse of agricultural grants. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
कृषकले पाउनु पर्ने अनुदान पाए कि पाएन भनेर चाहिँ हामीले त्यसलाई चाहिँ अनुगमन गर्दा चाहिँ राम्रो
वास्तविक किसानले अनुदान पाउनु पर्यो उसको वस्तुस्थिति के हो उसले त्यो काम गरेको छ कि छैन भन्ने कुरा त्यहाँ अब जहाँ हो त्यो स्थलगत निरीक्षण गरेर अनुदान दिन पर्यो
मापदण्ड पुरा निर्धारण गर्नु पर्यो कस्तालाई छुट दिने कस्तालाई नदिने दिएको रकम दिएन स्थानीय लेभलबाट
हामीलाई जति पनि अनुदानहरू दिनुहुन्छ त्यसको सही सदुपयोग हुँदैछ या दुरुपयोग हुँदैछ भनेर सम्बन्धित निकायबाट अनुगमनको कमीका कारणले पनि यो चाहिँ दुरुपयोग हुँदैछ
उत्पादनको आधारमा अनुदान दिने प्रबन्ध व्यवस्था मिलायो भने यो कृषि अनुदानमा दुरुपयोग पुरै रोकिन्छ
जाली फटा बिचमा आफ्नो फल्टी भर्नेहरूलाई सजाय दिनु पाए राम्रो
समिति गठन गरेर हुन्छ कि अथवा केही गरेर समूह गठन गरेर हुन्छ कि वास्तविक किसानले चाहिँ राहत पाउने किसिमको काम चाहिँ सरकारले गर्नुपर्छ
वास्तविक कृषकको हो त्यसलाई औल्याएर मात्र कृषि अनुदान दिँदा राम्रो
वास्तविक किसान हो होइन भनेर फिल्डमै गएर चाहिँ नि अनुगमन गर्नुपर्छ
दुरुपयोग हुनको लागि रोक्न यो अनुदानै रोक्नुपर्छ राज्यले
किसानले अनुदान पाउनु पर्यो अन्याय गर्नेलाई चाहिँ कारबाही हुनु पर्यो
जसले खेतीपाती गर्छ त्यसले दिनु नै सक्षम जस्तो लाग्छ
It is time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's today's question. What's your take on the government's decision to allow NRNs with citizenship to establish companies in Nepal? Your options are A, to bring in investments, B, to encourage NRNs, or C, government needs to sort out priorities. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Now, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has spoken with US President Joe Biden about the progress in negotiations for a Gaza ceasefire hostage deal. According to a statement issued by the White House, Biden spoke with Netanyahu about the progress of ongoing talks on the ceasefire agreement. It is said that Biden has spoken with Netanyahu to push for a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas before US President-elect Donald Trump returns to the White House. Trump has warned Hamas to release the hostages before he returns to the White House. Likewise, Biden is said to be pressuring both sides to reach a ceasefire before he leaves the White House. The Gaza ceasefire agreement and hostage release are currently underway in Doha, the capital of Qatar, based on a plan proposed by President Biden last year and supported by the United Nations Security Council. Following Biden's pressure, a high-level Israeli delegation, including Mossad Director David Bernia, Israel's Internal Security Agency Director Ronan Bar, are participating in the talks. CNN reported that during the talks, President Biden also highlighted the changed regional situation following the ceasefire in Lebanon, the fall of the Assad regime in Syria, and the change in Iran's influence in the region. During the talks, Biden emphasized the ceasefire in Gaza, the release of hostages, and increased humanitarian aid. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Netanyahu has informed Biden about the mandate given to his negotiating team in Doha. He has thanked President Biden and President-elect Donald Trump for their support in this sacred mission. Now, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said that Kyiv is ready to hand over North Korean soldiers to their leader Kim Jong-un if he can organize their exchange for Ukrainians held captive in Russia. Zelensky said on the social media platform X that in addition to the first captured soldiers from North Korea, there will undoubtedly be more. Zelensky said on Saturday that Ukraine had captured 2 North Korean soldiers in Russia's Kursk region, the first time Ukraine has announced the capture of North Korean soldiers alive since their entry into the nearly 3-year-old war last autumn. Ukrainian and Western assessments say that some 11,000 troops from Russia's ally North Korea have been deployed in the Kursk region to support Moscow's forces. Russia has neither confirmed nor denied their presence. Zelensky has said Russian and North Korean forces had suffered heavy losses. Zelensky posted a short video showing the interrogation of two men who are presented as North Korean soldiers. One of them is lying on a bed with bandaged hands. The other one is sitting with a bandage on his jaw. One of the men said through an interpreter that he did not know he was fighting against Ukraine and had told he was on a training exercise. Citizens and members of the Sudanese armed forces celebrated on the streets of Wad Madani on a day after the army said it had entered the general city of Wad Madani and was pushing out its parliamentary rivals, the Rapid Support Forces RSF, a step which, if completed successfully, would be its biggest gain in nearly 2 years of war. Footage filmed during a trip organized by the army for the media shows citizens celebrating, dancing and singing in the streets. A lawyer, Alam Abdel Kader, living in the city, said they had suffered from what she called looting of homes and many abuses in the past. The RSF denies committing these abuses and says any rogue actors will be brought to justice. Recapture of the state as a whole could mark a turning point in the war that began in April 2023 over disputes on the interrogation of the two forces. This has created one of the world's largest humanitarian crises, with the displacement of more than 12 million people and half the population facing hunger. Al Jazeera state, located in the center of the country and south of the capital, Khartoum, has seen more than of the RSF's bloodiest attacks on civilians, as well as the burning of fields, looting of hospitals and markets, and flooding of irrigation ditches. The Kho-Kho World Cup kicks off today in India, with Nepal set to face India at the Gandhi Indoor Stadium. This marks the opening of the tournament's first edition. Nepal's team, after 6 weeks of intense practice, has selected 15 male and 15 female players through a series of matches in Kantipur. The teams have traveled to India on Saturday. The top two teams from each of the 4 groups in both the men's and women's categories will advance to the knockout stage, which includes quarterfinals, semifinals, and the finals. Despite facing significant challenges in Nepal, such as limited infrastructure, minimal media attention, insufficient funding, and lack of domestic competitions, both men's and women's teams are determined to make it to the finals. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good day.